Continue with our discussion of the different families or classes of medications used to treat depression. We come to the SARIs, which are serotonin antagonist and reuptake inhibitors. We only have one that we use here in the US, and that is trazodone. At higher doses, it is quite good for depression and anxiety. And at low doses, because of the histamine effect, it can be a wonderful sleep inducer. It is used very commonly today in the US as a non-addictive sleep aid. However, that is an off-label use of the medication because it is not FDA approved for that. It is FDA approved for depression and anxiety. Then another whole, I guess you want to maybe call it a clan or class, is the MAOIs, the monoamine oxidase inhibitors. These are actually one of the first groups of antidepressant medications discovered, but they are very rarely used anymore because they have fallen out of favor due to the possibility of a hypertensive crisis that Stahl explains quite extensively in his book, and how maybe we have made too much of that, and that we should be considering them as a good adjunct to our treatment. However, anytime we use an MAOI and are switching from another family like an SSRI to an MAOI, or backward, vice versa, we do have to make sure that there is a complete washout, at least a 2-week period between one medication and the other. Then another earlier discovery of class of medications were the tricyclic antidepressants, the TCAs. These are also quite good medications, and yet there has been the concern that they can cause some cardiac arrhythmias in an overdose and lead to cardiac arrest. But the TCAs are still used quite a bit. Amitriptyline and nortriptyline, because they do affect the norepinephrine functions quite a bit, are used for some of the peripheral neuropathies, for chronic pains. Also, doxepin, which is one of the TCAs at low doses, is very effective as a sleep aid, and it has recently been remarketed as Silanor and being sold for a lot more money, but it is a wonderful sleep aid. And finally, another whole area of medications that we are not going to get into in this module are the antipsychotics, which are being used today as adjuncts to the treatment of depression. Let's go on to the next slide.